rendering me paralyzed. I'm left C6 incomplete quadriplegic. So.
Go C6! Go C6!
And in fact, that does mean, as a quadriplegic incomplete, I can move my arms. I just say that because recently this week, I think my friend's son was in grade 12 biology class, and they happened to be studying the nervous system, and he got into an argument with his teacher about quadriplegic because the teacher said that it means you can't move your arms and legs, nothing. And he put his hand up and said, my mom's best friend, her name's Stilwell. You might have heard of her, and she's a quadriplegic. And the teacher was like, no, she's not. So I'm going to go to the school next week. Yay. So now I like to think of myself as a pretty active and fit person with the, I'll say, job that I hold. But one of the things I often don't do is let things stand in my way. I will always find a way to get around things, to make things happen if I want to do it. That's just the way I am. Sometimes that means that I have to ask for help from the people around me, and I simply think that's okay as well. But those who know me also know it's a hard thing for me to do. I don't often like to ask for help. And this can, of course, become a little bit of a challenge in my life because physical activity is such an important part that I think should be in everybody's life. It should be, no matter what your abilities are, something that everyone should find a passion for. But sometimes the barriers are what stands in our way from being able to be physically active and have that opportunity to enjoy everything that the able-bodied people do. I also know that in my life I want to be a good role model, not only for my son, but for kids in the community and kids across Canada. And I want them to be encouraged to go outside and be active. I want them to enjoy wide open spaces because that's where they learn active skills. That's where they learn to run and jump and catch and throw. And being outside, kids are free and they're able to leap and shout and scream and swing and climb. And those are things that I think are so important in our lives. I've always maintained that attitude is everything, and I still firmly believe that. But sometimes people with disabilities like me get tired of doing things the hard way. Now, by no means do I mean that as a complaint, because trust me, when it comes to access, able-bodied people feel pretty much free. They're able to do anything they want, go anywhere they want, without asking for any kind of help. People like me just don't have that opportunity, and what stands in our way are those accessibility issues. And maybe it's going out to see something beautiful off a valley or sitting out on a plateau. Maybe it's just walking through the trails of the majestic Douglas fir trees that we have here on Vancouver Island. Maybe it's just getting out to low tide on the beach. Over the years, I love spending time with my family. It's one of my greatest joys when I'm not going around in circles as fast as I can. Because not only is it good for your health, but the benefits that it can bring you in your daily life. Being active can decrease the chances of chronic illness. It can help you relax. It can change your mood. It can put that smile on your face. As well, it can kind of add to your life, right? Who doesn't want more of that? It improves your daily life. For years, I've enjoyed many of these great things that BC has to offer us with my husband and my son. Although I don't get to do them typically the way that everybody else gets to do them. My husband carries me, pushes me, pulls me, piggybacks me, lifts me up, whatever it takes. I find a way to get there, and we find a way to do it if I want to be there. And if that means hiking me up a mountain, he's done it. Pretty magnificent guy. And at first, the romance was pretty good with it all. But we're celebrating 15 years this year, and he's getting a little bit old, and it's getting a little harder for him. And so in the past few years, it's his knee actually, and his back. But, over the years, I've just found that more and more often I'm saying, no, you guys go. It's okay. I won't bother you. I won't go on the adventure. I'll let you two go because I just don't want to trouble him or hurt his back or whatever it is. I just don't want to put up with the obstacles. But you know, nature's what brings us focus, and nature lets us really appreciate the smallness of the amazing earth, what we are in comparison to the amazing earth. And nature is something that we all can share and appreciate. So the problem there is that somebody who uses a wheelchair, who has a physical disability, there's always some element of exclusion. There's always something that we can't do, and therefore in a small way, that shared experience is lost. And that unique part of being human also gets lost in the process. So people, regardless of their physical ability, should be able to enjoy one of Canada's greatest natural resources. And that's what makes a project like Roberts Lake so incredible, because it's going to give the opportunity for everyone to enjoy what BC has to offer and really appreciate in our own way without having to ask for that help or not worrying about how we're going to get there or how we're going to do it. I'm so looking forward to being there one day and going kayaking and hiking and fishing with my son and being able to freely enjoy the great outdoors, because it's going to be amazing. Having that ability and sharing those experiences, I was thinking actually, kind of strange, but just when I stepped out earlier, not only do I want to share with my family, but what if I want a girls' weekend? My girls cannot haul my butt everywhere because I want to go. But you know, now we're going to have a place where we can go and hang out and do things that are physically active, that we can be in one. I try all the time to get my girlfriend Stephanie into a race chair, but for some reason they don't want to crunch themselves into contorted positions. So, you know, really the importance of this project really can't be underestimated, and I truly think it's so fantastic. And I think really it's like Minister Vaughn said, and we're paving the path. And we may be the first one, and there will be more that grow in BC, and that's the grand dream. But I'm thinking bigger things. Let's go across Canada, right? Of course, I want to recognize Dan and Judy for your incredible, tireless work that you've already put into this project. By no means is it over. You're going to have to save your energy because it's going to succeed, and you're going to see a finished project, and we're all going to be able to enjoy that one day. And I can tell that just by looking out in this room and seeing the other people that are here, the partnerships that we've already started to develop, everyone who's here and all the ministers who were so forthcoming and coming tonight and interested, because it really is about an inclusive BC. So thank you.